The motion today that was passed in Parliament acknowledges the Tamil Genocide in Sri Lanka, and then recognizes May 18th of each year as Tamil Genocide Remembrance Day. I know it's been a journey for many people around the world to get this recognition, and Canada's Parliament is the first of a national body to offer that recognition, and I think it's very significant that as Canadians we reflect on our responsibility to make sure that we continue the work. The work doesn't actually end today, it starts today. The journey continues for many years to come. So those of you who are from Carleton may know that I went to Carleton many years ago, graduated over 26 years ago, and some of my friends from there are still here today. And it's this work that we started many years ago and won't stop right away. So I do encourage all of you to continue, be persistent, hold your elected officials to account, make sure that you get a seat at the table, which is so critical. And I think one thing that was made clear to me by Navanitha Pillai, who was the former UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, is the need for Tamils to have a seat at the table. And it doesn't really matter what table it is at every single table where decisions are made. It could be at the lowest or at the most basic of levels, or it could be in the highest of offices. And we are definitely getting to that point. So I'll end there, and I want to just thank all that have been involved in this process for many years, and acknowledge the support of all the political parties in this process. Thank you, and have a good day. And of course, let's continue to march on this journey together. Nandri, Manaka.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor for me to be able to share a few words today on this solemn day as we remember together the horror that was the Tamil Genocide. I want to thank all of you for being here. I've been interacting with people from the Tamil community through Zoom for the last couple years as we've discussed and worked on various issues, so it is very nice to be able to have this commemoration in person today and be able to speak about the injustice that happened, how we honor the victims and the survivors, but also the work that has to be done going forward to advance justice and human rights in Sri Lanka and everywhere. I also want to share greetings from Conservative Party leader Candice Bergen, who is a strong advocate of justice and human rights, has been throughout her career, and unfortunately she wasn't able to be here today, but I want to share her greetings and best wishes with all of you. I think it's important to note as well that today we're noting the passage of a motion in the House of Commons, but we also need to remember the fact that on June 19th, 2019, so 3 years ago, there were initial discussions and the unanimous adoption of a motion in the House of Commons calling for an international investigation into a genocide designation being done at the international level. Unfortunately, in response to questions we asked to the government, we found out that no subsequent advocacy was done by the Government of Canada to actually take the motion that happened in the House of Commons and bring that to the United Nations, bring that in the councils of the world. And it's very important that we ask these questions and we raise these issues when at a domestic level there are motions put forward in the House of Commons, but then there is not the corresponding action through Canada's diplomatic representatives. And that comes down to a question of what the government is doing, what the ministers are doing. So after that June 19th motion 3 years ago calling for that international investigations, notwithstanding the House of Commons statement, the government through their diplomatic representatives did not push those issues forward. So as a member of the opposition, conservative opposition, I can commit to you that we will continue to advocate for not only symbolic and substantive statements being made in the House of Commons, but for action by our government on the international stage to ensure real accountability and the advancement of justice. That is the work that is required now going forward, and I commit to you to continuing to work to push these important issues forward, to advance justice, to advance human rights, and to support the needed process of strengthening inclusive democracy in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, and God bless.